Hey everyone, it's an NHL Algorithm recap for Wednesday, October 28th, 2021. It's a 2 and 3 day. However, it was actually not a bad day when you dig through the algorithm and see what happened. I actually made some bets today. I signed up or reactivated my account with BetUS, even though I'm in a state where you can't bet. I guess somehow you can bet, like it's federally legal. I don't know. It's a mess. There was a time in my previous life in which I worked for a bunch of different government agencies, and we weren't supposed to be doing that. But that life is long gone. So I decided, I decided to bet, and I didn't do very badly today. And I'll explain to you what I did. A lot of it was consistent with what I talked about in the video earlier today, in the preview video. But let's go through it game by game and talk about what happened. First of all, the biggest margin of the day, or essentially what the algorithm said was the top pick of the day, was Florida over Boston. They had a 37% margin. That's more than Washington's margin over Detroit, and that's more than Edmonton's margin over Philadelphia. They did win. They didn't put up the 7 goals. The goals are lighter, so we need to start reducing these goals. Shouldn't have these 7-goal projections. They're pretty high on the end there. But they do win the game 4-1. So green here and orangish red, that's okay. So that game, while it didn't hit the over, it was a win. That's a good result. Detroit and Washington, man, they were close. They tried to get some goals. They had some power plays. They just couldn't solve Thomas Greiss, who outplayed his goalie strength today. He played a very good game. And Detroit ends up winning this game in overtime. So we hit Detroit's projections for points exactly, and Washington underscores because Greiss plays a very good game. Not necessarily a terrible pick. If you look at what the odds makers said, the odds makers had Washington as their favorite game of the day. Then they had Toronto, then they had Edmonton, then they had Dallas, and they had Florida as their lowest favorite of the day. That was our number 1 favorite of the day, right? So we kind of beat the odds makers in that sense, is that our favorite won and the odds makers' favorite lost. Washington lost. Tough game. It didn't hit the over though, so that's not a great game, but it's okay. I'll say that. It's not good, but it's okay. The Toronto and Chicago game was fantastic. So here, the odds makers have Toronto at minus 200 later in the day. Chicago with Lankinen going, we had the projected score exactly correct. When it's 2.8 to 2, that's saying that it's a tie game 2-2, and the fractional 0.8 means that Toronto wins in a shootout or in overtime. That is exactly what happened. Chicago got off 2-0 lead and ended up blowing it because they're Chicago. So that is essentially perfect. The Chicago plus 1.5 wins. The under wins. The negative 200 line is terrible because they don't cover minus a half. So we beat the odds makers there miserably, I feel like. We crushed them. So that's good. Vegas and Dallas. Hey, what did we say? Tie 2-2 game with Dallas winning in overtime? Well, Vegas ties it up late and Vegas wins in overtime, but it was a 2-2 tie at the end of regulation. That's a good pick. Margin's low. I mean, I actually bet the tie in this game because I saw that. And I almost bet the tie in this one too, but I was too scared. But I bet the tie in this one and paid 3.5 to 1. Awesome. Even though Vegas wins, still a good prediction in my opinion. Here, Philadelphia, Edmonton. If you listened to the video today, I said bet the over all around because this is the highest projected scoring game. The over hits no problem. However, Philadelphia outscores Edmonton. So the odds makers are wrong and we are wrong, but it does hit the over. So even though it's a 2 and 3 day, I don't feel like it was a bad day. I think we missed some bounces, but pretty good day. So that's the recap for Wednesday. We'll be back at it Thursday and there'll be a video then. Good luck. May all your picks be winning.